You're not witnessing.
We can go to the studio with my boy. It was actually T.Y. Didn't tell me who it was at the time, and honestly, I didn't know who it was at the time.
Was T.Y. at the time?
T.Y. from the day that I met him, he was signed to which he still is, I believe, DJ Paul's record label. Yeah. So he had already, when I walked in, seeing that he had a 2 Chainz plaque on the wall, he had Yellow Wolf plaque on the wall, Ritz and shit. I'm like, man, oh shit, like where you got me at, bro? And he's just like, this is my deal for you. He's like, we'll record 1 record. If you like the way it sounds, and he's like, I'm gonna give you these beats to pick through. You know what I mean? Pick whichever one you want. We'll rock with it. Do whatever you want with it. If you like the way it sounds, let's put an album out together. Let's see where it goes. If not, you got 1 song on me fully, you know what I mean? You can take it, do whatever you want with it.
That's dope.
I was like, all right. I mean, I wasn't expecting. The first time that I heard T.Y. mix my shit, dog, I was like, oh my God. Like,
He's a beast,
I fell in love with it, bro. I was just like, but I didn't even finish recording the song. I just told, hey, Danny, he shook his hand, bro. I was like, we on, bro. We on, dog. Let's do this shit. Yeah, let's do this shit. We finished.
Danny boy.
We finished.
I don't know you, and you don't know me, but if you offer me the same deal, let's do it. And I don't even rap anymore.
And T.Y.'s over there, like you said, he's doing big shit right now. He just did Trippie Redd's album. He got his platinum plaque for
the Drake's Scorpion
album.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean?
Was the one you did with Shadow produced by T.Y.? Was it an older song or?
I've been saying he produced that record probably like 2015, dog. Just the beat, and I sat on that shit forever. And then I went and recorded over there at his spot, and I went to Shadow's. It was after I was doing work with Shadow. I was going over to Shadow spot, and he would just have me, hey, you want to hop on this one? Throw a hook on there for me. And finally, I was like, hey, bro, like, how much would you charge me for a verse? He's like, you've been sitting here dropping hooks for me. He's like, what you got?
That's fair exchange right
he's
there.
Like, he's not even tripping.
That's the barter system.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. That's the homie regardless. After that, he told me, he's like, don't ever ask me no question like that.
Hey, but then again, he's a legend, so
bro,
it's an honor to drop hooks for him. So
that's the way I was looking at it. Like, I'm honored to be a part of what you're doing, but I know you've been doing this shit forever, and there's motherfuckers that would beg to get you on a record, so I'm going to respectfully ask you what's your price. If you want to show me that love, that's a beautiful thing.
Hey, that's only the right thing to do. But say he was like, hey, give me a couple hundred, or that. I mean, that's still a good deal.
Just knowing him,
that's still a good deal. But that was the right thing for him to do.
Just knowing him, though, like he's not that type of cat. I know he's not just with me. He's a genuine cat like that. If he fucks with what you're doing, he'll move like that. But if he did, exactly, it's only right, dog. It's only right, especially with somebody that has. I will never pay for a feature from somebody that's lesser than me. If it's somebody that's got experience in this shit and then I feel deserves it. What? Yeah, hell yeah. If I'm reaching out to you to do a record, I'm gonna ask you what do you need for this to happen?
Yeah.
Just like when we did fucking, you know what I mean? You hit me up the same way.
Yeah, I reached out to you.
What do you need for this to happen? I'm just, bro, you know what I mean? Let's get some weed. We good. What's cracking? Like, what you mean? I'm trying to go do this. Let's get it.
But you know what? Some people have to have that respect, dog. Like, I could have just hit you up like, hey, I need you on a song, and then expected you to do something. But I went, hey, whatever you needed, dog. You know what I mean? Exactly. We had a good day that day.
That shit was fun as fuck. Yeah, that
we went and, drank, smoked.
If you guys don't know, too, it's the award-winning Feel So Proud record that we're talking about right now.
Every time I look at you, I feel so proud. Daddy's little baby makes me smile. You're my golden child, the whole reason I'm breathing now. Every time I look at you, I feel so proud. Daddy's little angel makes me smile. You're my golden child. For you, I'll go the extra mile. Yeah.
Featuring J.O.K.E.S.
Spell that shit out for me. You know
hey, man, that was a beautiful moment, dog. That was a beautiful moment.
It was a beautiful thing to fucking sit there and watch and see how the genuine excitement, it not just you, but just everybody around you, dog. Like,
oh, man, it was so dope. I didn't even know anyone there, right?
Yeah.
And so I get up there and you had told me to shout you out and shit and tell everybody that you couldn't be there and all that. And I got up there. I swear, I'm going to show you the audio when we're done. No.
And the award goes to FKM featuring I'll tell you one thing. It's crowded in here. I imagine myself running down an aisle, but it didn't happen, you know? So, Hollywood Music and Media Awards, huh? First off and foremost, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my children. I made this song for my children. And without them, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't get up every morning and strive the way I do every day. You know what I mean? Second, I'd like to thank their mother. Without her, they wouldn't be here. You know. Mr. Ralph Johnson, Douglas Gibbs, and my good friend Rhonda Badikian. They allowed me to use the sample for the song. And I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Ralph Johnson, that's the most beautiful piece of work that I've ever heard in my life. The song that you created will live with me forever. And to my good friend J.O.K.E.S, thank you for being on the hook. And my good friend Tokes wanted me to tell everybody that he hopes everybody loves life and that he wishes everybody well. And my good friend Tokes couldn't be here because he has an issue going on with his family, and I want to wish him well. And to all my people, all my Mexicans, all my raza, everybody that supports me, everybody that is there for me day to day. Without them, I wouldn't be able to be here talking to you wonderful people. Thank you, and this is something I will never forget. Thank you all.
I'll show you the audio, dog. And I said, hey, shout out to my boy J.O.K.E.S. He got a situation. And
hell yeah.
And I was just like, and shout out to my raza. Everybody went crazy.
That's
dog.
right.
I was like, I felt like a star.
Hey, you have to
and
understand
shit.
though. When's the last Chicano fucking award-winning artist that you've heard of?
I know, that's
like,
crazy.
When was the last time that shit happened?
That's crazy. And I didn't even know, like, didn't expect to get nominated or anything. Like, it was
it's a blessing all the way around. It
was a category for new independent artists. You know what I mean? Yeah, Danny was telling me, like, I think you're gonna, but I'm a nobody. You know.
He kept telling me the same thing. I was just like, man, I was like, I'm praying for the homie tonight. That'd be a beautiful win for everybody. Not like fuck how I feel about it, and even how we feel about it, dog. You don't you have to understand, like, that's big for everybody doing this shit.
Yeah,
dog. It's not just, you know what I mean? It's
we
not
know
just a
he
win for
didn't
you.
think he was gonna win. He went in a sweatsuit. He didn't think he was gonna be on stage.
I didn't even want to go, dog. But Ralph Johnson, the Earth, Wind, and Fire, the person that signed off on it, he was just like, hey. His manager was like, hey, come through. You know, we would really enjoy having you there. We got tables reserved for you and everything. And
they did it big then. That's right.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to show up, you know.
Hell yeah.
It was free and everything, so I was like, all right.
You think they had the inside scoop? Like, nigga, you better get here. What you mean?
No, because they had hands in other people's careers and songs, and some of them didn't win. You know, they didn't know what was pretty much was gonna go down. So we're sitting there, dog, and I was drinking like.
You got up there faded? Don't lie. Were you faded?
I
when you
was
got up
faded,
there?
too. Because there was somebody at our table, like, you got to figure everybody else has money right there.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, hey, you want to drink? You guys want shots? And then next thing you know, like, I'm drinking, like, all kinds of... If they're going to offer it to me for free, fuck it, I'm going to do it, you know?
I'm going to take you. Say no.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I was just like, hey, man, let's do it. And they just kept bringing drinks. So had I know I was going to win, I wouldn't have fucking drank shit.
So much fucking that bitch.
You should have took your drink up there.
First of all, I'd like to thank God and my mother and everyone else. But then he got up there. This is for the raza, homie.
Yeah, I felt like Kid Frost. This is for the raza, you know? When they called my name, I just sat there like, and they were like, hey, kid, you won. And I was like, oh, shit, no way.
Damn.
And I was like, dang. And it was dope, dog. It was a good experience.
That's dope, bro.
And the dopest part about it is, after I said that, like, of course, all the Mexicans went crazy, right?
Yeah.
And they escort you off in the back, and you go through like this little corridor, and it's all the workers and like the servers and shit.
Oh, okay.
And everybody started like high-fiving me on the way out.
That's
for the
right.
raza.
That's right.
And I was like, man, that shit meant more to me than, because you come out on the other side and there was like Disney and Netflix. And
wow.
If I was not drunk, dog, I should have, because they were like, hey, you want to come and do an interview? I was like, nah. If I was sober, who the fuck wouldn't have wanted to do it? Disney and Netflix and all that shit and YouTube interview. I should have did it, dog.
Straight up.
But I was faded
It's cool.
so in the moment.
You won, bro. You won. Hey, that's the most we could have asked out of anything, dog.
I was more
shit.
happy to keep getting high fives from the workers, from the Mexicans, you know.
Straight up.
And they were like, we're happy for you, because all night, like, even when you go to the restroom right there, there's a guy that he has cologne and gum and everything that you need. You know what I mean?
It
You
was
know
one
when
of
you
those
go to a
parties.
strip club in
It
Vegas?
was one of those.
Nah, that's like the strip club guy, you know. But he was for you know when you go to strip clubs, they have all that shit. They got condoms and everything. You want to freshen up.
I was gonna say I went to some ghetto ones. They didn't have that shit.
Oh, you never been to one of those guys?
You got the address?
Anyways, they do that in certain strip clubs and shit. So he was there, and all night, like when you're washing your hands, he gives you a paper towel and shit. You give him $1, a couple dollars, and I was talking to him, and I don't think he knew I was there because the way I was dressed. Yeah. Everybody else was dressed, dog. I just had a fucking sweatsuit on, you know?
Damn, that's
and
right.
I don't think he knew that I was there too. And he was telling me, fucking white people, huh? And I was like, just looking at him. Like, yes, you know?
I'm nominated.
And then when I won, I walked in with the fucking award and shit. He was like, orderly, homie. And he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I just won. And he was like, all right, there you go. And then there was some Hyena, I don't even know who she was. She was following me to the restroom, and I walked in, and she was like, for the raza. And I was like, hey, all right, cool. So it was pretty dope, dog. It was pretty dope. Anyways.
That's lit, bro.
How was it hooking back up with Danny Boy after everything?
When I went and did my own thing with Brownside, man, it was just kind of like my own, like it was the first time I based my decision without... the only one that I consulted about doing that was my boy. Like, I just, I talked to him about it, and he said, all right, if this is what you want to do, bro, let's run it. We went and did everything that we could over there. Unfortunately, big homie passed away. Rest in peace to the big homie Tokes. And I just respectfully had to go and do my own thing. And I didn't know how Danny Boy was gonna feel, because not to say that we weren't in full conversation the whole time. We were chopping it up, but he was kind of like you have to understand, this man put a lot of time and effort into me, for me to just, it don't matter who it was with, it just for me to just say, hey bro, I'm gonna go do this. You can roll with me or you cannot, but I'm definitely gonna do this. I don't want your opinion. Like, it was an asshole move on my tip. So I sat down and I literally just messaged him, and I was like, hey bro, call me, man. Like we need to have a conversation. And we sat on the phone for about an hour and a half and just talked about everything. And he was just like, I just need to know, like, at the end of the conversation, that's what it led up to. He's just like, I need to know, like, are you ready to get back to work? Like, I got this ready for you. I could have had this ready for you by now, but... Did
you acknowowledge your faults? Like,
yeah, that's what he respected, because I didn't put, it literally wasn't anything on him, dog. That's my boy. He's believed in me from the second that everything that he said he was going to do for me, he's done. And whether I executed it properly or didn't, like, this just,
you know what's dope, dog? That he accepted you. He could have been like, man, get the fuck out of my face.
But he understands too, because it was literally right after I was in a frustration, bro. I sat down with a couple different people for like like contracts. Like, people wanted to give me contracts to do shit, do music under their label or whatever. And I was just getting frustrated because a lot of them were bullshit, dog. I'm just like, man, nobody offering nothing. He was like, you have to understand, like, it works like this. The level of maturity that I had in my career was fucking like bare minimum, dog. I didn't really understand what it really takes to do this shit. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, man, they ain't offering me $1 million. Like, man, fuck that. What the fuck? They don't understand what I can do. Like, not necessarily $1 million. I know what reality is and what I can move with, but I'm saying, like, people were giving me fucking Instagram passwords, trying to get me to sign for Instagram passwords. Like, nah, homie, like, that ain't.
We already know who that is.
Yeah,
we already know
names. Yeah,
but
no
names.
Yeah, what kind of shit is that?
It's fucking ridiculous.
You want me to say the name for you?
Nah.
Did you get a lot of hate after you left Brownside?
That's the thing, not necessarily. There were some people that just kind of looked at it like, and I just say, when I say people, I mean people that I don't necessarily know on a personal level, like people in the comments or whatever, like, kind of come at me foul, like, oh, you just left them hanging, you just left whatever, da-da-da-da. I just looked at it, man, like, I had me and Tokes had so many plans. We had so many plans. Like, I go back and listen to him on my Facebook Messenger all the time, like, his voice just telling me what the fuck what we were about to do. Like, the belief that he had in that one record, like, what we were gonna start with that one fucking record was ridiculous, dog.
What, the boss bitch?
Yeah.
That shit was so hard.
Yeah. Hey, right by my side. Shawty always down to ride. She's my boss bitch, baby. My boss bitch, baby. I take her everywhere I go. Shawty always down the road. She's my boss bitch, baby. My boss bitch, baby.
And this song is for my boss bitches, period.
But it's crazy too, just how organic that shit came about, dog. Like, it was literally me, my boy Danny, and fucking Icon and Tokes in the kitchen. And we're just going through beats. This fool puts he doesn't, oh my bad, he didn't believe in MP3 players or nothing. So this fool had a fat ass fucking CD player.
Wait, what do you mean?
He
wasn't fucking with technology.
He wasn't too savvy on it. He knew how to press live, and he knew how to fucking press live on YouTube, and that's it, dog. Like that's how that motherfucker knew that's how he knew how to do it. But anyways, we sat there in the middle of his kitchen in fucking Rosarita, right across the street from the beach, and wrote that record, dog. I remember we were going through beats and we skipped that one. He goes back and he's like, I think that's it, dog. I think that's it. Cause fucking the homie Big Luke gave us the idea. He's like, I want a record called Boss Bitch. And Tokes was like, all right. Well, let's see what we got right here. Let's see what we got on Boss Bitch. We're going through and we skipped over that one. He went back and he was like,
why did you skip over that one?
He was just going through them. He was like, you like that one? But he went back,
skimming through it real quick.
Yeah, just skimming through beats. It was CDs full of beats. So we stopped on. He went back and he was like,
feeling that shit.
He just like feeling it. And he said, "She's a boss bitch. She's a boss bitch."
Yeah.
Like something like that.
He was saying that.
He said that. That's how he started it. He said, "She's a boss bitch. She's a boss bitch." And then when I threw my little flavor, boss bitch, baby, hey, and it fucking turned into there was a movement, dog. Like he said, the way that
right by my side.
the way the video starts out, even with him saying, because I remember I woke up in the morning and I was like, damn, these motherfuckers ain't too happy about Boss Bitch. There's a lot of haters, a lot of guys, and that's why he went on live right when I told you, he's like, hold on, homie, he went on live. Hey, man,
we'll get this motherfucker right now. Huh?
This ain't for you fools. This song is for my boss bitches. Period. Like, that's how
go
it
through
went.
the front door.
Somebody's in the front knocking on this shit right here.
Jokes. I'm good, bro. I'm cool.
Hey.
You want me to take a pause?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
that's all right.
they just fucked it up. Yeah.
No, hey, it's a podcast and everybody understands.
It fucking happens.
We're the ghetto, we're the ghetto show, dog. We're the ghetto show. Nobody said, hey, nobody ever said this was fucking Joe Budden or fucking,
this is Studio 13,
state of the culture or whatever.
I can't wait till that person just walks in who fucked
Studio
up.
13. When this person walks in, we're gonna be like, hey, gracias for fucking it up. I appreciate you. You know, that's what we deal with right here, dog. It is what it is. You know,
real life. I mean,
okay, so the night you guys went on Instagram, I don't know if it was live or he put a post. I think it was a post. Mm-hmm. And it was you singing the hook.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. And he stopped you. He was like, wait.
And it's crazy because he was like, you gotta, man, I gotta tell the story. Like when I sat on that beat forever. We wrote the hook and I sat on the rest of it forever. And finally he hit me. He was like, hey, you're coming over to the beach house this weekend. We're gonna go finish that record. I was like, all right. He's like, you wrote to it? I was like, yeah, it's done. It wasn't fucking done, dog. I told him it was done. I didn't want to disappoint him or piss him off. So I was like, yeah, man, it's done. That shit been done. He's like, all right, cool. Yeah, we gonna finish it. And fucking, he literally came and picked us up earlier than expected. It was me and this fool. We were sitting in the pad. We were smoking weed. I was like, oh, I'll write it before he comes. I'll finish the second verse before he comes.
On the spot.
Yeah, and so he picks us up, puts us in the car, puts the beat on in the CD player. He's like, hey, homie, spit that shit. I want to hear it. I was like, fuck. So I finished the first verse, but I fucking went into the hook and then went to the second verse and I started freestyling and I stopped. I was like, hey, Tokes, I don't have it memorized yet. He's like, I didn't tell him it wasn't done. I said, I don't have it memorized yet. And he's like, homie, you fucking up, dog. Come on, dog.
Was he pissed?
Nah, that's all he said. And then by the time we got to the studio, from the house to the studio is probably about 15 minutes. I finished that whole verse in fucking 15 minutes, dog.
There you go. That shit turned out tight,
right when we got there, I fucking finished it up. And it's funny because at the end of the song, it's like, what is it? What is something dun, 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 that's a boss bitch. Yeah, basically saying what a boss bitch is.
Yeah, yeah.
And Tokes had the original lines to it, dog. Like there's a version of him saying, what'd he say? If the pussy real good and it keep you coming back, that's a boss bitch. And then he's like, if she cleaning up the house and da. I was like, Tokes, we're sitting here calling them boss bitches, and you're basically telling them the only thing they're good for is pussy and cleaning the house. He's like, hey, homie, just put your little twist on it, homie. That's just my ideas. I'm giving you the structure. You fucking figure it out. So I was like, I'll write what I want you to say, because I really wanted him at the end. And my dumb ass, I showed it, but I sang it to him. I was like, I could put my singing in the background of you saying it. He's like, it don't even need me. But I wanted Tokes on it, you know what I mean?
That would have been dope. I was like, bro,
he's like, nah, it don't need me. I'm going to overcloud it. I like it. I like the way it sounds like that.
That's dope. Hey, like, you know what's so dope about that is that he don't need the shine. He didn't want the shine. And whatever sounded good.
That's the thing about that fool, dog. Like, he never, ever put himself first. Like, Tokes had so much music that I would just go and listen. He would just we'd be sitting in the, hey, homies, listen to this. Ain't nobody heard this shit before. Yeah. Play some shit. Freestyle, hey, homie, I just recorded this the other day. Listen to this shit, homie. Play it. Like, damn, dog. Like, he could have put out fucking 10 Tokes albums, dog. Like, he was just always at the studio. It was 15 minutes away from his house. He was always there. So fucking, but the fact that he was giving everybody else a chance, dog, it wasn't just, his time was on fucking Instagram Live. He liked sitting there talking shit and fucking telling everybody he about to shit on the game, bro. But, you know what I mean? But through what he believed in, like, everybody that was a part of the team that I joined, dog, like, I genuinely had fucking full belief and full hope in what it was. But once homeboy passed away, like, it just wasn't that no more. Like, it just wasn't that no more. And respectfully, I just had to fucking, you know what I mean?
Do your own thing?
Just back out of the situation before it came to, I got love for everybody, dog. I don't move in this game with hate, like, the slightest bit. You can hate me and I'm gonna love you, you know what I mean? You can tell me fuck you and I'm gonna tell you keep doing your thing. Like, that's just the type of cat I am. So I had to, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all love, dog. This guy right here had me, I mean, he can vouch, like, we had the time of our fucking lives in the fucking year that we got to spend around homeboy, and just the whole movement that we had ready to go, dog. It was a beautiful thing, and I wouldn't trade that shit for the world. I look at it as 100%.
How would you summarize your experience with Tokes?
Yeah.
How would you summarize it in a few words, though? How would you?
He was the most genuine righteous motherfucker that you would ever meet, dog. When you went to, it don't matter if he gave you the okay to be where he was at, or even if you were his people's people, he showed you love, like genuine love. Like, you're hungry, let me feed you. You thirsty, you know what I mean? We got this. Oh, you want to go do something? Here's a couple dollars. Go, you know what I mean? Go have fun. Like, I've never met literally anybody in my life like that. He was just that type of person. He opened his doors to everybody that showed him love. You could be a fan out there and fucking.
He's like one of them old school genuine people that's like, no, I got this.
I've seen it genuinely. Like, there are fans out there that just pull up and like try to message this fool, and he respond back like, hey, come to the beach house. You know what I mean? How many people you got with you? Come through. Like, you know what I mean? We got this, we got drink. Like, come through. I've even asked, like, people be walking. Is that your people? Is that your people? Nah, don't trip, homies. That's good people right there. Don't even trip. All right, like, fuck, like, he just showed so much love, dog. Like, that fool just showed I spent weeks at his house without spending $1 of my own money. I spent fucking weeks at his house just fucking kicked up with my feet up watching fucking Netflix. I didn't feel uncomfortable. He made everybody around him feel like family, dog.
That's cool. That was a big loss for the rap community as far as our genre and everything, and the rap community, period, you know?
100%. I feel like he was the biggest OG in the game that was just ready to give everybody props. He was ready to give people their recognition, even whether it was a part of his own camp or not. Like, I seen him shout you out on a couple different occasions. I seen him shout out, you know what I mean, Shady Boy, fucking Sad Boy Loco. He's got records with Sad Boy that he never got to put out. Like, he was when you and everybody showed him that same respect. Like, man, you see fucking Tokes just shouting me out, dog. Like, damn, dog, that's crazy. That's what's up.
When you're an OG, you're an OG.
Exactly.
You know?
But I don't even understand. I don't even think he understood. Like, you give people that effect. Like, when the first time I met him, I walked up to him. I'm like, oh fuck, man, like, that's Tokes. Damn, like, what's up? Like, that's fucking Toker, dog. Like, oh man, what's up? How you doing, homie? Like it was a.
Did he carry himself like that? Like I'm Toker and
Nah.
you're down here.
That's the thing. There's not a big difference because he was always ready to talk shit and tell stories. But from the Toker that was on Instagram Live to like when you genuinely get to sit down, me and this fool sat down and had Chinese food with this fool, dog, at his pad. And he was like, I don't ever want none of you guys fucking buying Chinese food around here. You don't know what the fuck you're eating around here, homie. Only reason I go to this spot down the street, I used to own it, dog. I flew out my own cook, dog. I flew out my own cook from fucking Japan, China, homie, so I can have that authentic shit.
That's right.
And when I didn't want to pay for it no more, I made sure the homie was good and I gave that shit up, homie. But I know they serve real food there. So just go there, homie.
Just before.
That's time.
Don't buy no Chinese food.
Just hours before that, we were walking down the street.
Looking for some fucking...
And then as soon as we came back, they're like, hey, don't ever get that unless you're getting from Tokes.
Yeah. So I feel like, as far as in my opinion, we lost somebody really big to our genre because he showed love 100%. He was genuine.
Yep.
And he was very strong-minded. Like, he don't give a fuck. Like, if
Never
he felt
did.
some way about something, he would say it.
Dr. Real, dog.
And he wouldn't say it, like, disrespectfully. He just say it, like, I used to watch his shit all the time. And he used to say how he felt, why he felt that way, and you either like it or you don't.
Exactly.
You know? But he also...
And he was right there ready to talk shit if you didn't like it. If you like it,
Exactly.
if you like it, he love you. If he don't, he still love you, but he gonna talk his shit, bro.
He had love for all of us, dog. Like, just our people in general. And
He just said, like he always said, he wanted to see somebody make it with the same skin that he's in. Like, he wanted to see somebody do it and get the recognition of, like, a Drake or a fucking, you know what I mean? That's why people used to trip. Like, what he called me, the Mexican Pharrell. He used to call me the Mexican Pharrell. And he's just like, nah, it's not we're trying to be like them. It's you deserve the same fucking recognition that fucking Pharrell's getting, homie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call you that. Maybe it'll get their fucking attention. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he would have
wake
been
him
proud
up
of
a
us
little
for
bit.
that shit, huh?
Straight up, dog. Straight up.
I think he would have jumped behind that. Let me ask you this. How did you feel when you heard yourself on the radio?
For the first time, it was fucking mind blowing, dog. It was a beautiful fucking thing.
You were on the radio before us?
No, I'm saying like on 99.1 is when.
Yeah.
I've been on like little independent little fucking. You only get it within like the first 3 miles of the radio station. Fucking type of shit. But to be on 99.1, dog, I was literally sitting there drunk as fuck, and I was just literally celebrating that, bro. Like I used to listen. That was my dad's station when he'd be rolling around. He put on they play the same shit all the fucking time on this radio station. But well, you still listening to it every day, though. You know,
still puts that shit on.
99.1's the shit. Like, and we used to listen to fucking, you know what I mean, ODM when ODM had the morning, or he still had the morning show when he first started the morning show. Like, man, like I've genuinely been. Like that was my station. I grew up here. You know what I mean? The only station you get is fucking 99.1, dog. So to be a part of a record that can make it to that magnitude, like it might not be a big feat for a lot of people, but that meant a lot
for us.
to me, dog.
That meant a lot.
That meant a lot.
Everybody was waiting at that time. We were all texting each other.
I had people out of state. Man. Yeah, people out of state downloading the iHeartRadio app just so they can listen. Like
our cousins from New Mexico were telling us too, like, "Hey, let us know the station." We're like, "We don't know there's an app."
Yeah. I had cats in Kansas, fucking Washington.
Hey, you know that we got played in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico,
I reposted every
Florida,
single one that they did that shit.
It's crazy. Like we got played everywhere, dog. Like,
that song. That's why. Look at that beautiful thing right there. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah. Can we get a close up of the award right there?
Just real quick.
Please, can we get a nice little close up of that?
That's the good kind of crystal right there, dog. That's the good crystal right there.
That's the crystal right there. I love it, dog.
Hey, I couldn't believe in such a short time that everything has happened the way it happened, you know?
And it like and even the backstory to it, because you waited a whole fucking year, dog, to get me on that record, and just like the patience that you had with that whole fucking process, like it just lets you know it was like some meant to be type shit.
You know what I was thinking the other day? I had Gangsta L over here, and me and him were talking off cameras, and he told me like, "Hey, why don't you push the song?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "It don't have to be that song or anything." He's like, "Just because you put it out and whatever numbers it did," he's like, "It don't stop there." He was like, why don't you push a song for 2 whole years? You never know where it can go after that.
That's true.
You know?
That is true, though.
And I was thinking, like, damn, this fool's right. You know, we already got played on the radio. We got another Father's Day coming
That's
out.
a massive record, dog.
But
that just the fact
Right?
that you got that sample cleared, it's fucking, now it's award winning. Like, that's a massive record, bro. It could definitely
I'll tell
do
you
fucking.
what, I fucked up because the people that cleared it giving me a lot of opportunities to do a lot of things. I just choose not to. Now that I don't make music, I think I'm gonna talk to him and go back to the drawing board and see what we can do.
Yeah.
Maybe we can write it out again. Maybe we can write it out before another Father's Day or something. You know,
Straight up. Because it's timeless. It's a timeless thing. It's
Oh,
not
yeah,
like it's
that's
not
for sure.
It doesn't just just because it
was
was out
written
last
10 years
Father's Day,
ago,
it's gonna
dog.
fucking work this Father's Day and next Father's Day and the
It
Father's
was
Day after
written
that, too.
10 years ago, so,
That's
you
what
know?
I'm saying, bro. Come on, man, dog.
So this is the thing. When I first heard myself on the radio, it was the most beautiful moment of my life. Dog.
I ran around my whole house. I had
winning
that shit playing on
winning
every
that
fucking TV.
was dope too. But I didn't experience it with my kids, and we were sitting in my truck outside, and it was me, my wife, my 2 kids, and we turned the radio on to the radio station, and then to hear FKM featuring J.O.K.E.S, feel so proud, and then it came out, and my daughter, she grabbed my shoulder like this, like, you know, and she never shows emotion. My daughter doesn't show emotion at all, and that shit just gave me the chills, and to hear the whole song on the radio, I was like, damn, like, it was the best.
Shit was
it was the best
dog.
feeling in the world, dog.
It had
Everybody that makes music, you cannot tell me that it is not a dream to hear yourself on the radio.
Yeah, straight up.
And
Straight up.
I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't have to know somebody to do it. It just
all happened
dog.
organically, dog. Yeah.
And and then when we went on the stage, I forgot we did the
That's
stage.
what I was gonna say. How's performing? You guys performed that shit.
That shit was
dope.
beautiful. I think we had that shit rocking.
Everybody was buying you beer.
Yeah,
Everybody
you
kept buying
did.
you beer.
I didn't buy one beer that day.
You carried me that day.
Yeah,
I
It
was
was fun,
nervous,
dog.
dog.
It was fun.
He was energetic.
remember-
He was. Hey, when he walked there, everybody stand up. What's up?
Yeah, I remember because even your lady, dog, she sat there. She was like, man, the crowd is dead. Like, we got to find a way to get it going.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, she's like, Jokes, shut up. We got it. We got it. Like, you have to understand, it's dead. We got to figure out a
They
way to
put us before like some dancers
Yeah,
and
it
shit,
was
or
like,
after some
I was
dancers.
like,
huh?
we got this. Don't even trip. Like, that's my favorite thing when it's dead as fuck and you just start yelling some random shit. All right, East Sauce Festival. What the fuck is that? Like,
And then everybody walked away. Remember, like after the dancers, everybody walked away, and I
we
was
got
like,
them all
oh,
back
man.
though. It was
Yeah,
still
they
good.
all
walking
came
on-
back.
It was
They all
still
Hey,
came
good
back.
fool,
crowd.
walking on the stage. This is why I said you carried me. Before we went on stage, I was like, I got this shit. Like, we're going to do this shit, right? And, like, because we were signing autographs and everything, like, you know, and I was like, man, we got this. When we hit the stage, I was like, oh, shit.
It's a
because I
different feeling,
didn't
yeah.
know there was going to be that many people coming
Yeah.
back. And I was like, I pretty much froze up, dog. And then you got out there all
You
hype
didn't
and
freeze
shit.
up. You still did your shit. You didn't freeze up.
But the first few seconds, I was frozen, dog. And then you came out there and got all hype and you started doing it. I was like, all right,
Catch
cool.
that. That's how
I
you
followed
do it.
your
Catch
lead
the-
and then we knocked
catch the
that shit
ad-libs
out.
and
Huh?
knocked it the fuck out,
People
dog.
were
Yeah.
singing in the crowd with us, dog. Like, that shit was dope.
That
And I
shit was
even looked
dope.
at that specific performance up like on YouTube. There's people that didn't even know who the fuck me or you were and were posting it on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like they caught that song and they liked that song and they fucking you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't even know the artists or nothing that are a part of it. Like they just posted like
That was
I
probably the
forgot
first time
captions.
hearing it. You know what I mean? And
it was
yeah.
beautiful, dog.
After that, they
that
follow you.
was an experience. That was fucking.
I remember we got on stage. I felt like a star walking through the crowd and
straight
shit,
up,
dog.
and everybody giving props. Everybody fucking. I remember
Hell
ODM
yeah.
stopped me. He's like, "You killed that shit."
Yeah,
Like, I was
hell
like,
yeah.
hell yeah, that's love. Thank
Man, you know
bro.
what? I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna try to work that shit. Like,
It's a
I'm
record.
gonna send
That's
it
the
to a
record
lot
right
of different
there,
people.
dog.
I know a lot of people, you know, and I'm gonna try to send it to a lot of people. Maybe we could start performing it. Or
I'm
something,
with
you know?
it. I'm always with it.
That'd be dope, dog. We need to.
Fucking with the south side. Sing on them, bang on them. Down and swing on them. Fuck a one-on-one, boy. We get the whole gang on them. Double S, it ain't a question. Who you pressing? Smith and Wesson. Learn your lesson. Pop, pop, pop. Go to heaven, bitch. South side, ride for the cause. Haters run their mouth blow. Why are they jaw? Better recognize, boy. The blue bandanas, lose a blammer. Tools with hammers, lose your manners. Pill them like a new banana. We got masses, honeys with big asses. Haters tripping, we're flicking them like ashes. Dodge hits and sticking them like cashes. Make hits and show them what real gas is. We about that life, aquí para mi raza, better get that right. Controlamos a todo con los cholos, mi gente. Puro
puro sur,